All right, hello. We're here with Melanie of Glaze Craft Windows, and she's going to go over just some tools that we can use to increase safety when it comes to working around lead paint, especially the removal of lead paint, which is often something that needs to be done when you're working with historic buildings, both on siding, outdoor siding, and on historic windows. And they all can be used in different times and places, but definitely are very helpful tools. So we're going to kind of start from front to back here. So first off, what mask are we using here?
This is a P100.
Okay, so after the pandemic, we got used to the N95. The numbers, higher the number, the more filtration there is. So 95 can stop a lot of viruses. Well, this is even higher than that, and so it's a P100.
Yeah, this protects you against both vapors and dust.
Yeah, okay, cool. And you can get that at pretty much any hardware store.
Yeah, this particular lighter filter you'll have to find it online. They don't typically have it at paint shops and hardware stores.
Oh, okay. Would it be like on Amazon or okay? And then what are these cool things down here?
So these are two different types of wipes. One of them is for skin in the white bucket, and this is safe for you to use on your skin. It picks up medical particles. So if you have been working with lead or old paint, then you can rub this on your face or your hands. It's another step in cleaning. You should always continue and then wash.
So it just picks up somehow any sort of tiny metal particles.
Yeah.
And then this is
similarly, this is for surfaces. So if you want to use this on your tools, on your workbench, anything like that, you'd want this heavier duty.
So let's say you finished a project and you kind of just want to be extra safe. You can wipe down a surface. So like, let's say you wanted to wipe down your sander.
I could take one of these and wipe off the outside of my sander that may have picked up some paint
sort of dust or
along
something
the
like
way.
that. Yeah.
And that will pick up most of those metal
Metal. Yes. We both are saying medical, but we mean metal.
Yeah.
Once you told me some cool. What was cool about this is made by Esca Tech.
Yes.
And they apparently make also the lead testing, right?
Yeah, currently as of right now, there is only one approved lead testing kit, professional lead testing kit that's on the market, and it's made by the same folks who make these wipes.
Huh. So they're like the lead masters. Cool. All right, so now when you're removing lead paint, there's a couple of tools you can use to help mitigate the collection of the dust.
Yeah.
You won't get it all, but it certainly helps get most of it. One is the Pro Scraper, which is pretty cool.
Yes. This hooks up directly to, you can buy an attachment, or I have one that hooks right into your HEPA vac, which we haven't talked about yet.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
And so when you're scraping, it's actually pulling in the particles as you're
like the big chunks. Yeah, it pulls them in there.
Yeah.
And then it gets sucked into what we call a HEPA vacuum, which is basically a shop vac with a HEPA filter. And that HEPA filter traps most of or all of the dust. That way it's not getting shot up into the air. I would say the HEPA vac is probably the most important tool. Like please don't use just a normal shop vac because that'll spit out the dust on the other side. Make sure it's a HEPA certified vacuum cleaner. And that'll really help mitigate a lot of dust.
Yeah, this was my first big investment when I took on window restoration, was a HEPA vac. It was absolutely essential.
Yeah. And then what's also cool is a lot of the modern Orbital sanders, which are good for sanding flats on the windows, like the flat surfaces. That then now hooks into the shop vac with the HEPA. And that way, so what happens, it's really cool, is this spins around like that, and these suck up, so all the dust goes whoosh, right up into your HEPA vac. It's pretty amazing. Really keeps the dust down. And then finally, which I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, is what we call the ZipWall. And this is really good if you want to create an enclosure within like a building. So you can buy this, comes in like almost like a ski bag, and then you can set up like a little enclosure. So if you want to do all of your restoration in one little area, this keeps it blocked from the rest of the area. It's pretty cool, and it has these poles that you can just wrench up to the ceiling, and it's called ZipWall. It's pretty neat. So that helps create a little enclosure if you needed. And then you're doing this every day. You're using a Tyvek. Again, this is like a painter's suit, but it's called Tyvek. It's a cool material. It's like $10 at Home Depot.
I have one that has a hood and also footies so that I can protect my clothes and my skin.
Yeah, and that way you're not taking all that dust home with you. Yeah. So, all right, cool. We just wanted to go over some tools that we find helpful and hope you find them helpful too. Cheers.